Greetings and welcome to DevLook at Distant Star Revenant Fleet, version 0.0.0.3. And yeah, that's a very small version number, and there's a reason for it. This game is very much in early stages and there is not a lot of content in it right now. I mean, you have the basic mechanics and you can pretty much see what the game aims to be, but there is not that much content to show off. The game is developed by a company called Blazing Griffin. Yep, that's the company name. The prior profile of the company is actually mostly the mobile games, and they did have a Distant Star game for iOS 6, which is actually an old school 4X game on iOS, and yeah, you can still buy it, and the reviews actually seem to be quite good. So if you are into 4X games, you might want to have a look at that, because this game is not bad. I mean, it's quite good. I'd say the company is at least a good one to keep an eye on. Among others, they as well developed the game called The Ship, and if you are on Steam, you probably heard of it, or most likely you actually have it, because at some point they just started giving out the copies of the game to a lot of people. But on Steam they actually are stated as a publisher of The Ship, not the developer. So they might not be actually developing the game, but just publishing it, but not sure what's going on here. But anyway, you know, not an extremely huge gaming profile, let's say so, but still quite I mean, The Ship was a good one. It's an interesting game, even though, you know, it has some flaws in it. But okay, let's have a look at the options menu anyway, since there's not that much to show here. So you just at the moment have a separate music sliders, and that's about it. I turned down the UI volume to the minimum because there's this I would even say extremely annoying sound when you give a command to your ships. There's like some sort of an alien sort of response noise. You know, in RTS games you usually have this noise that, or like whenever you give a command to a unit, he usually says something. Well, here you have the same, but it's sort of alien noise. It is extremely loud, and it does it every time, and it just gets annoying after some time. So I just disabled that. I won't show it to you. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find it on your own. So what is Distant Star? Well, it's a roguelike mixed with RTS. And if we would go beyond that, I would actually say that this is an FTL mixed with an RTS mechanics, which is actually a pretty unique combination, and I haven't seen anything like this before, and I can say that it's pretty damn good even in the state that it is now, you know. So you always start with this sort of a small tutorial. You have to survive the battle. There's my ship. Let's start moving. And the game is completely real time, so you have a control over a set of ships. Well, obviously you start with just one. And it controls, you know, in the same way that any RTS out there would control. Left click to select, or drag the box to select, and then right click to give a command. You as well have commands like, you know, enter the waypoint mode, set attack target, hold the position, or defend this area, whatever, you know, just typical RTS commands. And yeah, so you start with this small tutorial where you have to kill all the guys. I'm not sure if that's, you know, the best way to start the game. I mean, it's okay the first time because it gets you to kind of understand the controls and figure out what's going on, and you have your kind of allied ships that help you fight the big bad guys. I have to know that the graphics and music are actually pretty good, and the sound effects as well, aside from that very annoying UI sound. Can actually turn it on. Maybe I can show you. Let's see. Yeah, we can turn it on. So yeah, so that's the thing. Can you hear it? That like happens literally every time you click. It gets annoying very quickly. Okay, we actually finished it. So we killed all the bad guys. The battle report screen at the moment is pretty brief. So you just see the critical damages to your ship and the status of them. No information about loot or anything, which would be good actually. And then you just get an option to continue with buying some additional ships. So you have some starting resources that you can spend on purchasing ships or upgrades for them later. So you have your money credits that you can spend on ships or upgrades, and then you have your supplies, which is something like fuel and FTL that is used to jump from one sector to another. So I prefer to go with 2 assault ships. This is what I found to be working best for me, and then I have a bit of money left which I keep to use it for upgrades in case I have a shop nearby. But let's go to the menu actually and turn that annoying UI sound off. Okay, there we go. So yes, we save the changes to fleet, and then we press the jump button, and then we go to the map screen, which, if you played FTL, looks extremely familiar from the first glance, you know. So the target is the same as in FTL, to go to the exit, and the way you do this is that you jump through those points until you reach this exit. So we have a shop nearby, so let's go to the shop and buy something nice. So let's see what we have. We have some weapons. So what these guys, the basic cannon and basic missiles. So we have heavy cannon, so we can actually swap here for heavy cannon. One thing is that it will be nice to compare those, so there's no sort of comparison or anything like this. I guess they will add this over time because it's sort of an essential thing to have. So missiles, do we have better missiles? No, we just have the basic ones. Then we have some skill. So as you can see, basically you can only buy things that match the slot's shape, essentially. There's like the circular slot that is missiles or cannon, for example. Should we buy a lance for this one maybe, or heavy beam? Yeah, let's get a beam, you know. No, I cannot put a beam there, which is a bit strange since this is well circular. I haven't tried it before. Does it have some limitations? Only on Lancer ships. Okay, so there's actually a description which tells you some additional details. Would be nice to have some sort of indication here if you cannot actually use it for a specific ship, you know, to make it red or something. But yeah, so we have missiles, and then you have those skills, so we can get a force targeting just to show you how it works. This is an active skill that you actually have to use in a combat. Okay, let's say yes. And then jump further, so where we can go? We can go here, and then we can go to another shop. So the game is actually this large map that we can see now is all the game has at the moment. So once you reach exit, you are basically done, and you have to start from scratch, which is not perfect since the game is randomly generated anyway. They could have just started endless mode. I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but you know, maybe because there's not enough content for that and you would just get the same stuff again and again, which is boring. I can understand that, but still it's pretty promising. Okay, so let's see what we have here. You have those random events the same as in FTL, which is pretty cool, I think. So space station hangs in the black. Your communication specialist picks up a v0.0.0.3 signal. Those stations are broadcasting sermons from an Orthani war criminal to the entire sector. Okay, so do we attack the criminal, demand the station to hand over the criminal, move on, or hack a station broadcast? Okay, yeah, let's try to hack it. Fails to hack, and okay, so they will try to attack us. This might end very quickly, because I am pretty horrible at this game, and I mean, I'm in general horrible at RDS games. I tend to suck pretty bad at them, and you know, always get destroyed because the high level of RDS play usually requires a lot of micro, and I don't really know how to micro pretty much anything, and this game requires a lot of micro or you're dead very quickly. So one of the things that I noticed is that you have to be moving constantly, otherwise you will get hit a lot and you will die. So what I prefer to do is just to circle around the ships until I destroy them, and in this case it worked pretty good. So we need to capture all the stations. You can see the objectives here. Let's just go to the station here and try to capture it. Last time that did not work too good for me. Okay, we have more ships. So you have, as you can see, all the units have two things. One is the shield, that's the blue bar, and then you have the green bar, which is hull. So as soon as your shield is depleted, you will start getting hull damage, which is obviously, you know, the shield can regenerate, but the hull will be, once it's destroyed, the ship is basically dead. Okay, yes, station B, let's try to capture that. Last time as I get into a mission like this, like capture and kill the enemies, I got terribly destroyed. But I think I got a bit better since then, so it's maybe we have a chance. Oh, half of the shield is down. Oh, very good. Yeah, B is captured, okay. So as you can see, you don't really have any collisions among the units, so you can fly freely. It's generally a good idea to gain a bit of a speed to fly quickly, especially with those like larger ships that are a bit slow to turn around. Okay, nice. So we can actually go down now. Let's try to get them. I can say that I actually enjoy the combat quite a lot, and especially, you know, with all the upgrades that you can get and stuff like this, it's pretty cool. It's a very interesting twist on the FTL formula with the sort of space map and jumping mechanics and all that stuff with, like, you know, random events that you can interact with and random people and things like this. What I would say is that I miss an pause button, the same way that FTL, you know, you can hit a space bar or pause button and then give specific commands to your, in FTL case that would be crewmen, here will be ships, and after that hit space to see how it will resolve. Here you don't have that, so you actually have to do it in real time, which for me is, for example, a bit hard, especially when I get like, so with two ships which are essentially both assault ships and are not extremely hard to control, it's not exactly hard. So yeah, you do have those large obstacles that you actually have to fly around. Let's go here. So as I was saying, like, you know, if you are controlling two ships which essentially have the same role of huge assault ship that can attack people and have a lot of shield, it's not extremely hard. But once you get more ships and you get like support ships that can repair units, and you get like Lancer that is a range ship, and you get what was there? There's like tinier ship that was generating like black holes or whatever to hold the other ships. It can get very, very, very hectic, and it becomes really hard to control all of them because you have to give them different commands, you know. And I'm terrible at microing in RDSs, and this game becomes really hard when I get more than like 3-4 ships. 3 ships, yeah, okay, I can control like 3 ships that have different roles pretty much, okay. But once I get more than this, it's just terrible. And like active pause would essentially give me more flexibility and, you know, a bit of time to think about what the hell is going on here. So for example, right now I have a ship that has this skill which attracts the attention of enemies, but I don't know which one ship is that, because they actually look the same. So if I would be able to pause it, and actually if it was this ship, then I could draw basically enemies to it and allow them to attack it for a bit and then just kill everyone else with the other ship. But I can't because there's no pause and I have no idea which ship is which. Okay, so far we're doing good. And there's like 4 of them, but they are very big and slow, and I'm not getting hit too much. Let's fly around a bit more. Okay, now the support ship is dead. So now I have just 4 big bulky ships, which are half dead. Nice. So let's see, capturing, yeah, I cannot capture them while they're alive. Yeah, and there's one more left. There's a full shield, well, not for long. There we go. So I mean, you know, you can pretty much clearly see what the developers wanted to do with this. No, capture this thing. There we go. Okay, perfect. I actually was able to survive this and without any critical damage to my ships. So if you get one of the ships destroyed, it actually just gets critical damage and then you have a chance to repair it. You receive nothing. So I guess this is basically work in progress. Okay, let's jump to the shop and try to get some basically better equipment if they have something. URL, welcome commander, you will find we are poor, yeah, whatever, let's see what you have. They have heavy missiles, so let's get some heavy missiles for this ship, I guess. So this ship is now have a heavy cannon, heavy missiles, which is kind of nice specialty, and he will be a bit better at killing everyone else. So those are for Lancer, Tech, or Pulsar. Lancer. Basic cannon is the same as this one, right? Yeah, which is boring. Okay, let's continue. I mean, you know, you can already see what they are trying to do, and you probably already figured out if you want it or not. I would say the game is actually pretty awesome and considering they will do enough of those random encounters, enough of equipment, and enough of content, basically, because actually the core mechanics work pretty much perfect now, so I haven't encountered any issues with that. Okay, aside from maybe, wanting to have an octave pose as a bit of a more casual RDS player that feels very clunky with controlling a lot of ships in real time. Everything else works perfectly, and I did not have any issues with like crashing or anything like this. It worked very, very well. Okay, let's see what we have here. A colossal factory hangs in orbit before you. Orthani munitions are assembled there. Explosives made in the foundry. Okay. Should we capture the factory or destroy the factory? Yeah, what the hell? Well, let's destroy it. Your crew offers based on the specific weaknesses. Signal for fleet to fire, hack the defense. Let's try to hack the defenses. Why the hell not? Tries her best, but manages only to. Obviously, my hacker is not very good. He or she failed last time and this time as well, so we have to go in. All right, let's try that again. Capture. There's only one capture point now. Okay, we have some ships now. Let's try to circle around and kill it before it does any significant damage. So as you can see, actually the different weapons have different ranges, and there's actually maybe one more thing. It would be good to, on the mouse over, to see a bit more details on the enemy and maybe your ships as well, and see the ranges of the weapons they have, to make a bit more informed decisions about, where do you move in or when do you stay away. God, I hate those tiny ships. They are annoying as hell, and they are very, very fast. I mean, they don't do too much damage, but they are extremely annoying. Those skills as well. Come on. Take them out. Circle around them. Oh god, more ships. This might be... I mean, that's actually... The thing is, with any roguelike, you can die very, very quickly if you're not careful. And since it's an RES roguelike, it can be even faster than usually, because you have to be always controlling your ships and, clicking your mouse. I don't know. I mean, just look at how the RDS pros play. There's like incredible amounts of clicks per second or per minute. I guess per second as well. They usually just do it like this. I don't know. I have no idea why they do this, but I am very far away from RDS pro scene. Okay, let's see. So this guy is almost dead, and I think we blew up the previous ship as well. Okay, let's see. Yep, he's dead too. Okay, let's approach the station. Cool. So we might be able to finish this game actually, and then I can show you the whole, everything, pretty much everything that this game has to offer. More tiny ships. Let's capture this thing. Okay. I mean, tiny ships are annoying, but they are not too dangerous. Oh, this skill is dangerous. Okay, so I captured. Now I just have to kill everyone. I mean, someone used that skill. Yeah, again, it would be nice to have actually some description of the skill when you mouse over it, I guess. Because you are not always aware of what is that exactly until you actually get it and try to use it. Okay, no casualties as well. Save the factory. Okay, let's jump further. So we can go here, shop, and then exit. Alright, let's see what we have here. You arrive at fortified port close to Orthani occupied space. It's a lawless place inhabited by those without honor. However, you'll pass through this area if you are to intercept the Erebus platform. I've got no idea what this is, but whatever. Okay, contact port authorities and purchase supplies. Yeah, let's try. You open, what do you want? Akari, whatever. Let's try to purchase, yeah, whatever. Okay, oh, you can actually trade with them, that's pretty... And they have only some shitty attachments. That is boring. Let's continue. So we have another shop, which is not exactly the most exciting part. Ah, we actually have ships here. So what do I have? I have 200 creds. Can I buy anything? No, I can't. Can I sell anything? You can actually scrap those additional 200. Yeah, so we can scrap this one, and then we can get a Lancer, and I can show you maybe a bit more, I guess, advanced combat If we jump to exit, will I be able to show you anything? Do we have random encounter? No. Okay, so it seems that actually the last sector never has any encounters, and once you press jump, you're basically, that's it. That's the whole game at the moment. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, that's a version 0.0.0.3, so it's a very, very, very early one, as already mentioned. But still, I played it for about an hour now, and I had a lot of fun. I would definitely play a lot more of it once it has more content. And, you know, even now with this little amount of content, I would play, I don't know, maybe a few more times, because it's quite fun. I would want all those things that I was talking about, like, you know, active pause and additional info on mouse over and some comparison dialogues, but, you know, this is something that can be quite easily coded in later. There's no problem with that. I have to note that the game is actually quite cheap on Steam, so you can grab it on Steam Early Access for $7 or your regional equivalent, which is, I think, ridiculously cheap for a FTL-like game and a roguelike in space. So if you're interested in this genre, I would definitely recommend, if not buying it right now, at least keeping an eye on it, because the game looks very promising. I definitely looking up to the updates coming later, and, you know, to making, maybe even showing you some additional videos if there's more stuff that is can be shown, basically, and that's not extremely boring to just try to find these random events that would pop up, you know. But still, I think it's a pretty cool concept, and I hope it will turn out as a very good game. Alright, so that was Distant Star Revenant Fleet, available on Steam Early Access for $7 or your regional equivalent. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you in our next update. Bye!